Well, hey y'all, this is Elizabeth. This is my 5 under 5 Easter DIY video. So this first DIY is so simple, anybody can make this. For my entire video, I tried to do a no spend video and just use things that were in my stash or around my home. So these are just some crepe myrtle bushes that I trimmed off. And you can see here I left some a little bit longer and then some a little bit shorter to make a cross. And this is the true meaning of what Easter means to me. And this is captured in such a simple DIY here, but looks great for your Easter decorations. And I'm just leaving these kind of rough looking, so I just kind of broke most of these and trimmed them a little bit. And then I'm just going to use some of this twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to hot glue it in place and then just wrap it around to get it nice and secure. And I love the woodland or rustic type decoration, so I really love the way that this turned out. And it's really so simple, and I just made it from things around my home, so I didn't have to spend anything to make this DIY. If you don't have the twine, you can find that at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use a medium-sized flower pot that I had left over from some DIYs from the Dollar Tree. And I think these came in a 2-pack. I think the medium ones came in a 2-pack, I think, and the smaller ones are in a 3-pack. And I have some of that green moss there. I've used that in a couple DIYs. I also had purchased that from the Dollar Tree, so you can find that there. And I'm just going to put my cross down into my flower pot. Now, you could hot glue this in there if you wanted to, but I'm not, because I want to take this out and possibly reuse this flower pot after Easter. And the moss, you'd be really surprised. I pushed it down in there really tight, and it's holding the cross in place nice and secure without gluing it in place. So I don't know about you, but sometimes simple is better. It is for me, especially if it's a no-spend simple. Now, how beautiful is this, but capturing the true meaning of Easter and what it means to me and my family. I love the way this turned out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this one. So we're in the 5 under 5 challenge today. That's hosted by Missy from Crafty Cove and Emily from Farm Charm Chic. And then their co-host this month is Tammy from Happiness Created. And all of the host information is listed down in my description box along with the playlist. So check out and see what everybody's made for 5 under 5 this month. Now this next one is a little round tin. Looks like a little muffin tin to me. And I purchased this from the Dollar Tree several months ago and I've never used it. I think I actually got it around Christmas time. But I have these awesome little stencils that I found at the thrift store. I found a whole pack and they're like, it has a variety of all the holidays in there. So it had a little bunny, and later on in my video I'm going to use an egg. So I thought this would be perfect for this little tin here, and all I'm using is some of the Waverly chalk paint, the plaster shade, and I'm just going to stencil my bunny in here. Now how simple is that? And if you don't have a stencil like this one, look online. There's lots of free stencils available online. You can use some cardstock. I've used cardstock in my printer when I've done stencils, and sometimes I've even printed it just on printer paper. You just have to be careful how much paint that you're actually putting on the paper. And my little bunny smudged just a little bit around the bow, so I'm just taking a Q-tip here and trying to clean that up a little bit and make that line here a little bit sharper. So if you have any boo-boos with your stencil, you get you a little toothpick or a little Q-tip or something and fix it just a little bit, or if you had to add a little bit more paint where it missed a little bit and make those lines nice and clean and sharp. And he also didn't cost me anything. These were already stencils that I had, and then I had this tin left over where I haven't used it yet. So this is a great look for Easter, I think. Really cute. And you can also connect with us through Instagram and Facebook. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I want to thank everybody for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. For my next DIY, I'm going to use these stencils again. I really should have this clip probably first. But these were the 2 stencils there. You can see the little bunny and the egg. And I'm going to use 2 jars. I'm using, both of these are quart jars, so they're the larger size jars. One's actually a wide mouth and one's a small mouth, but you know, really doesn't, whatever your preference is. If you're going to put lights in there, it's much easier with a wide mouth jar to put your hand down inside there, or if you're going to put something inside of it. So I just used some painter's tape. Actually, I'm doing the stencil on reverse on this one. So I'm using what you punched out of the stencil and taping it on here because I want that to be where the light shines through. So I mixed some of the Waverly, the agave, with some of the plaster to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm just holding that stencil. It's got a little bit of painter's tape on the back, and then I'm holding it in place, and we're going to paint around my jar. And again, this is really simple, easy. You know, if you mess up a little bit, you can use your fingers and kind of fix it. I did not go around the bow on the inside because I'm going to try to freehand the bow. I was a little afraid to try to do the stencil part, but I did have to go around this with my fingers a little bit and with the Q-tip just to get it a little bit sharper in certain places. And you'd be really amazed on glass. It's really easy to remove any kind of paint. You can wipe it off very easy. Even if it's dry, you can use a little wet Q-tip, or sometimes you can even scrape it off just a little bit. So if it dries a little bit, no worries. You can always fix it if you see a little bit that maybe you ran over or it's not quite shaped just like you want it when you're using a stencil. So I'm just going to freehand my bow on here a little bit. So this is the Easter egg stencil. I did this one the same way. I'm using the cutout that's inside the stencil. I used a little bit of painter's tape, folded that over on the inside of the stencil, taped it to the jar, and then I'm actually using a pink shade from the Dollar Tree. I just mixed that with some of the Plaster Waverly chalk paint. And that little squiggly line on that egg was not the easiest thing to do. So I did have to go back and clean that part up just a little bit. And then I noticed the top of the egg was a little bit off shape. So I did have to fix that a little bit with a Q-tip, but no worries. It was really easy to do. And these look great with just some little fairy lights from the Dollar Tree. So of course I only have one strand of those at home that I could find. So we had to kind of flip-flop in between which jar that we're putting it in here to show you. But these look awesome. And again, these were no spin with just using some things around my home. And I just love the way that jars look painted with some designs on them and then lights inside. I think that really is just a beautiful look right now. Now for this next DIY, we're getting ready for our garden. We always plant a big garden in the summer, and my daughter wanted to try carrots. And of course, carrots don't really grow very good here. I've never had much luck with them, but we're gonna give it a try this year. So I found these seed packets, and I just thought they were so pretty, the design on the packet. So I'm gonna use that for this DIY. I did purchase my frame, was something I purchased for this video. I got this one from Walmart. It's a 4x6 frame. I have some of the scrapbooking paper, and I just traced the seed packet on the back. And then I traced the frame paper there too, so I knew which side. I used some scrapbooking scissors there to cut out a little bit of a design. And then I'm going to use my glue gun and just glue the scrapbooking paper onto the frame. And if you're looking for some other Easter and springtime DIYs, I have lots of videos listed down in my description box. I have just an Easter video of 12 DIYs that I had from last year that's listed down there, and it's full of lots of Easter inspiration. And then I have lots of thrift flip videos too down in my description box. We're going to have a really big giveaway when I reach 2,000 subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel. And I'm just lightly gluing the little seed packet here. I don't want to get a bunch of glue on here. I just want to get a little bit. And I'm going to take the glass out of my frame just so it has a little bit more of a textured look. And I bought these seed packets from Aldi. I don't know if you have an Aldi where you're at, but they had lots of different seed packets, but I thought the little carrots would just be perfect for Easter. I've seen lots of carrot DIYs. I thought that'd be really cute with some of the other Easter things that I have out. And then I'm going to take just a really simple bow from some of that Dollar Tree twine and put that onto my little scrapbooking paper here. It has a little bit of a barcode that's still showing, so I wanted to try to cover that up here. And then I'm going to take some of the Waverly Antique Wax and go around the edges of my frame just a little bit to give that more of a rustic type look or some of that garden type look. And if you planted carrots before and you have any luck with planting them, definitely leave me some comments down below and give me some tips on those. We always have lots of luck with our garden, but not with carrots. So if you've got any tips on those, let me know. I'd love to hear what they are. So this was really fun, simple DIY. And I forgot to say that the seed packet, I think they're only like 59 cents. So that's a really good deal. So this one's definitely under that $5 challenge price. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my video today. Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And give me a thumbs up. That really helps out my video. If you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Don't forget to check out the playlist and also the host channels that's listed down in my description box. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great day.